We are live. Hey, welcome to Cash Flow Nexus, the best trading platform out there. Anyway, so let me show you what I see with this, man. Looking at it off the weekly, we already know that it's been in a bear trend. If we look at the RCI here, price has been underneath, trend line has been underneath -80 for a long time since no well since October. Wait, let's see. Since November 19th, 2018. So price has been like this stumbling for a long time, as you can see here, just dive bombing. So we already know it's been a bear trend for that long. We do we are making some higher lows on the ultimate oscillator, and price has been making lower lows as you see here. So I'm expecting some bullish momentum coming in to this market. You could see that the cloud is starting to get thinner here. So I could see us moving higher at this point. Let's break it down further. You see here that we are breaking into the zone here. We came from the black zone into this purple zone. So if we could maintain and possibly range in this zone here, depending on how the market opens up at 4 o'clock, I believe that the price could definitely move into this green zone here. Looking at it, uh, let's look at it on the ultimate oscillator. It does say the trend is coming down, so maybe we may get a bounce around this area because the signal line is starting to make its way up. And once this signal line breaks the zero, we could look for bullish trades because that'll let us know that the market is ready because the trend line is still above the zero line. So we are in buying territory on the RCI, even though this is showing that the trend is moving down here. It's still above the zero. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Well, this is what we could look for because we do once price gets above the cloud and closes above the cloud, we're looking for buying positions. As you see here, the cloud is starting to form a Kumo twist. So let me go ahead and circle that area. So we're getting a Kumo twist in this area. What could happen since price is far away from Kijinsen, we could potentially push off this area. I want to look at this trade really off the 1 hour and the 15 minutes. So we're going top down and see what's really going on. Let's see. RCI is showing us that the trend is starting to move up. We're above the -80 now and above -70. So this is a good sign that price is moving higher. Let's see what else is going on. Let's see, ultimate oscillator. It's definitely making higher lows as we see here. So price is already making this move up as you see. Let me go ahead and click that. It's already, so it's already made its way to the upside. Now where we're gonna want to play is in this purple zone that we're currently at, right in here. If you remember off the daily time frame, I have it marked that we're in the purple zone. So looking at it on the 4 hour, you see that this is the purple zone right in here. So we're gonna monitor this trade off the hour. This trend line is acting as resistance currently. So this is where the cloud is currently acting as resistance off the daily time frame. I mean the 4 hour time frame. So this is something that we need to be mindful of. Let me go ahead and move this. So we need to be mindful of this area. Once we get above this area, it's going to be interesting if we could break this line here. This is the top of the purple zone. If we could get above this purple zone here, we will see higher prices. This will be an area that we could test because if you look back in the past, this sharp Chiku span line is going to act as resistance. So we need to watch that. And to get past that level, we need to get up in here. once we get past that, we'll get in here, this green zone here that I see. Let's go down. So right now, according to the RCI, we are in buying territory. We are above the positive 80 and the positive 70 zone. So in our buy signal, let us know that we're still strong for a buy. So break it down one more to the 15-minute time frame. It looks like the trend is very strong to the upside. I'm gonna wait till market opens to even make a move for this because it could gap, and if the market does gap, I'm betting that it gaps to the downside in favor of the bears. But that I think that gap will close and want to push back up. So I'm looking at the market to gap. If it doesn't, then I'm expecting price to continue to the upside for this. So let's see. Yeah, I'm bullish for Euro US dollar. So moving on from there, let's go to US dollar JPY. Let's start from the weekly chart. Actually, let's start from the monthly chart. I had something special on this chart. Here we go, right here. So I'm going to draw this out because, let me go ahead and do this. There we go. All right. So we see that price is making lower highs right here. So it shows that price is moving lower. Price on the ultimate oscillator is saying that it's making higher lows. As we see, it's getting higher. The lows are getting higher. Let's move that right there. So we do have some divergence here. Let's take a look at it with the RCI. RCI is still underneath the zero, so we could expect, we're still expecting price to move lower for this in favor of the Japanese yen. The signal is going up, so we need to start looking for selling positions here. Let's take a look at it on the weekly time frame. Let's see. Trend is still very weak here. As you see, it's still underneath the zero. So we are going to remain bearish for this. So if anything, we could be looking for selling positions. If you see here on the RCI, the red line is trying to break the zero line. So we're going to look for selling positions off the daily, the 4-hour, and the 1-hour. So it looks like we do have a trade in here, a Kumo breakout. Even though we don't have a Kumo twist here, we do have our other confirmations. We have our bearish TK cross right here. We have price underneath the cloud, and we have Chiku span underneath price here. So I'm expecting price to make its way at least to this level and possibly range or bounce to at least $107 or per yen. So at least right in here, I'm expecting price to come to this level. It's going off the higher time frames. Let's see. It's showing that trend is starting to make its way down on the daily RCI. Signal is underneath the negative 80, so if it bounces back above it, it may retrace a little bit. So let's break it down a little bit more. Let's go to the 4-hour. 4-hour, we already see that price is moving lower underneath the cloud. Chiku spends underneath the price. So the only thing is Kijinsen is flat, so we may get a retrace, and it may gap to the upside if the market does gap. But I'm still bearish for this pair right now. Looking at the RCI, it's showing us that it is moving lower. It's still underneath the negative 80. So we are looking for selling positions. Signal line is underneath the 0. So selling positions is definitely in here. Let's see if there's any divergence at all. Yeah, we have some divergence here. So we could expect some type of pullback to the upside. If it does pull back, let's see. This is where I'm targeting if it does pull back. If it breaks past that, let's see. I'm going to say to the cloud here. This is a zone that I will be looking at it moving back up if it does move back up to the upside. But looking at the divergence, is it at support? If we look from left to right, if I drag this over, yes, we are in a resistance zone. We are in a support area, so we could expect price to start moving back to the upside here because of divergence as well. Looking at it on the 1 hour time frame, we do see that the RCI is showing that price is starting to make its way back to the upside. I mean, I said price. We do see that trend is starting to make its way back to the upside. The only thing is we need to wait until this gives us confirmation to move higher. This is saying that it's still bearish, even though trend is moving up. So we don't have a signal to move to the upside yet. So playing it, you might want to play this off the 1 hour and the 15-minute time frame. Let me go back, make this visible here. So you see that it is consolidating at this level. So, and you do see Kijinsen and Tinkinson are starting to get closer together. So this is going to be a patient trade that we wouldn't have to wait for. I would definitely want to wait for this to slowly range or consolidate a little bit more before taking this. Let's see. It does show that it's still bearish here, so it definitely can move a little bit lower before making its way up. We don't have any signs of the Kumo, doing any type of twist, so I'm gonna say it's going to push down a little further before we start to see higher prices. So I'm bearish right now for this pair. So let's go to the next one, US CAD. Let's see. Hold on a second. Let me answer Reagan real quick. She's trying to get into the Zoom call. I just sent it to her, so she should be jumping on in a second. Let's see. So I did analysis with this with Jacqueline the other day. So what we came across, we're about to have our recession very soon. 2020 recession is coming soon, my friend. So I have it happening between now and February, now and March the 3rd. If we look here, you do see that we have this giant cup pattern, or that's starting to form. All right, this arc is going to act as resistance right now, and if we look at it closer, this flat zone is already acting as a resistance for the Kumo. So this arc gives us more weight into saying that we do have some resistance in this level. All right. Can it get past this? Oh, absolutely, because it's still the market. It still can move higher, at least to this green zone before coming down. Because we do have a flat zone here on the cloud, which is this green zone here in this level. If you see how price is acting up in this area, this zone or market structure is showing us price could still reach this. And you see that price has been moving strong here. We have a piercing line candlestick price action right here at this gray zone here. It pierced more than 50% of this line, maybe like 90%, and you see that price started to move up, and it did touch at this level, and you see that it's starting to reject at this level as well. So we can see that this is going to hold as a strong level of resistance for us. All right. If we are to fulfill this cup here, I'm expecting prices to start moving down today and probably sometime this week to see lower prices if the market does a gap higher. Let's see. RCI is saying that we are in selling territory now. Look at the zero. We are underneath these zero with our trend line. It crossed the signal. So I'm expecting prices to start moving lower long term. Let's go down to the daily. Let's see. We even have a potential Ichimoku N wave off the daily time frame into this zone, which will take us to that orange zone. All right, which was off the weekly. So you see, we have our I leg here, our I wave here. Then we have our V wave right here. Since we are in this purple zone off this daily time frame, which is the support, which is resistance off the weekly time frame, we should start looking for trades off the 4 hour, the 1 hour, and the 15-minute time frame to either the upside or downside. Even though it's starting to form like a twist here, we could expect price to start, still making its way down or some type of retracement. Let's see. RCI is showing us that trend it bounced off the -80, so we are still in selling territory until we get above this zero line here. Let's see. Hey, Miss Banks, you finally made it. How you doing? We are recording, so if you want to speak, you could speak. If you have any questions of what's going on.
Okay.
All right. And I will be posting this on YouTube as well, so you could definitely check it out there. So,
okay.
So what we do have here, I'm gonna go over this again if you want to see this. We have this giant cup that's forming on the weekly time frame, and I'm expecting a recession to happen between now and the March the 3rd, which is at this level. Our flat level right here is showing strong that we have resistance right here. We did come up from this zone here. Let's see. We did have a piercing line pattern. It pierced more than 50%, about 80, 90% right here. And you see it did make its way back to the upside. But we are still very bearish for this, even though it has made a bullish move. Overall trend is still down. Let's go back to the daily. We have a potential N wave that's coming off of this support, off this resistance that we have off the weekly time frame in this zone. So we could push down here, we have our I wave, our V wave, and possible and potential N wave right here. So we want to play this off the 4 hour, the 1 hour, and the 15 minutes to see what's going on. RCI is still telling us that it's bearish still. We are still not above the zero line, so we are still very bearish. Let's go down to the 4 hour time frame. 4 hour is showing us that it is moving higher. Even though we are moving higher, we do have some bearish divergence here off the 4 hour time frame. With the ultimate oscillator, prices ultimate oscillator is making higher lows, price is making higher highs. So we could expect that this market to start, coming down a little bit. Let's look at the 1 hour. Cloud is getting thinner. Kijinsen and Tinkinson are starting to get closer together. So we could start looking for price to, push lower. And you see here that we already have a little bit of price action with this engulfing candle. And you see that it's starting to taper off this area. So we may range in this area, and we see that price, or if you look at the fractals, how close the fractals are, we are starting to get like a little range in here. So we could box this off here and see what happens. Last time frame we will go over is the 15-minute. You see that prices, we're already starting to get a bearish TK cross here. So that's one signal, but it has not broken this cloud yet. So we are still watching. We are forming a Kumo twist right here. Chiku span, it's still not in safe territory. So Chiku span is in price. So right now it's not a good time to trade this. So what might happen now that we see this, price might actually bounce off this zone and make its way back to this side up here. Looking at it on the 15-minute, price is still bullish on the 15-minute time frame because we have not crossed this zero line yet. Signal is showing that we have a buying position here. So price may bounce here and move to the upside. All right. So that is that with this pair. Move on to the next one. Let's see.
I'm gonna get my spiral. Be right back.
Go ahead. Let's see. US dollar. Dang, this one is already making its move. I did not zone this well at all. Let me see. Jacoby, you still there?
Yes, sir.
All right, just making sure, man. I'm just making sure you're still there, man. I don't know who. You might have disappeared. I don't know.
Nah. Oh no, I'll let you know if I was leaving.
All right, cool. So far, what do you feel? What's going on? Have any questions right now?
No, none yet. I was about to see what you was about to do with that zone though, because I was about to see where you're about to place it next. 'Cause I was trying to figure out what's wrong with it so far.
I think I don't like it just because it's so cluttered on this chart. I don't really like U.S. dollars, Swiss franc.
Okay.
And that's a big thing that I just like. I cringe when I look at it. That's just me though.
I got you.
So moving along, let's go ahead. It's very quiet. The girls are quiet over there.
Surprisingly so.
Wow. Okay. So.
Right.
All right. So, all right. Let's go ahead and move on.
Okay.
Let's see now what is going on.
Are we looking at this one?
Yes, we are.
I like this one.
I don't know why you like this. I hate this one.
Yeah, it always does me right. I don't know.
Man, I think I just don't like the clutter.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
It is very over the place. So let's see. Right now, let's start with this ultimate oscillator. Let's check for divergence first. We are making a little bit of divergence, not very pretty, but it is divergence. I'm expecting it to move a little bit lower, probably touch somewhere down in here. Let's see, because it is making higher lows. Price is making lower highs, as we can see. So let's see. What type of divergence is this? Let me make sure, because I got my notes. I make sure I always look at my notes when I'm trading so I don't say nothing off. Let's see. Making lower highs.
When it's making lower highs, that means it's probably going to continue to drop, or just like it's confirming it's in a downtrend?
When it's hitting bullish or bearish divergence, it's continuation.
Okay.
So for this case, it's making higher lows. Let's see what else. The ultimate oscillator is making higher lows. So this is definitely not hidden divergence.
Okay.
This is going to be bullish divergence, because price is making lower highs or lower lows. If you see here, it's making lower lows. And then the ultimate oscillator is making higher lows right here. So we are going to look for bullish momentum, probably off the daily time frame. So let's go ahead and move there, because we could get this W formation here that I do see potentially before everything pops off. Let's see. Let me go ahead and mark this date. Let me go to daily time frame and do that. All right, there. Okay, cool. All right, so we are in a this is very interesting. It is a TK zone, but it did not do a cross, so that is very interesting. What I want to do, because we might have a base drop, base and drop for this situation. So how you want to trade this? Box this zone here, or this area here. Wait for it to break to the upside or the downside if you want to catch the big move. If you are going to, want to trade it, I suggest you start trading it on the 1 hour and the 15-minute time frame. 4-hour time frame is showing us, yes, we are definitely underneath the cloud. We may want to see how this 4-hour candle closes, the first 4 hours of the market when it opens, which will be in a few minutes, or 13 minutes to be exact. So let's adjust this a little bit. So we will be watching, see how that, affects the market. We did break this zone here off the weekly time frame, so I am kind of worried about that. But we are still holding true, because right now, if you look here, look left, we haven't broke this fractal level either. So until we break this fractal, we may, move back higher. Looking at it, this might also be this is a tricky one. This also might be a Kumo breakout right here, because Chiku span is underneath price. Price is already underneath the Kumo. We already have our twist, and we also have our TK cross. So this might be a continuation to the downside right now until this shows signs of. We'll have to see how the market opens first, but we do see that Kijun-sen is flat, which is showing us signs of pullback. So we may range in here before making a move. So like I said, I would definitely want y'all to play this on the hour time frame to 15-minute time frame. What you want to do, you see we already have a little bit of price action right here. So let's go ahead and box this. Let's see. Yeah, let's keep it like this. So once price breaks outside this box, you could take a trade. If you want to be aggressive, because we may expect a pullback with this, you could set your entry right here for a buy. And possibly ride this to Tinkinson, or ride this to Kijun-sen, depending on how the market opens, and have your stop loss type right here. That's what I do see right now. Let's see, any divergence here? Let's see. No divergence here on the 1 hour. Let's see here. We have some hidden divergence here. We have prices not really making, going any higher or lower. It's just moving flat. But we do have this here. So I probably wouldn't want to take this until there's some type of TK cross just to get full confirmation. So I wouldn't want to jump in this just yet. And also, RCI is saying this is still bearish. Even though our signal line is breaking above the negative 80, I do see that price still may want to linger around here a little bit. So wait till there's a TK cross to confirm it, because there is hidden bullish divergence here. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to watch that very carefully. Yeah, this is gonna be bullish divergence here. So watch that carefully. Wait till there's a TK cross for full confirmation before even touching this trade. But if you do want to be aggressive with it, these are your entries and your stop loss right here. So let's see. Let's zoom in. It's going to be a 8 pip stop loss. If you want to push it down lower, we could go right here for a, where is it? For a 10 pip stop loss from this point. So we could play like that. All right, let's move on. I am not touching AUD NZD. Do y'all want to look at AUD NZD? Do y'all trade that at all, Jacoby?
No, I've never traded that before.
All right, how about you,
Do I get to pick one, or I don't trade that one? No.
All right, so we're not gonna look at that. What y'all want to look at next?
I have 3, so we can just like pick one if maybe somebody else wants to look at it. But USD, JPY, GBP, USD, and USD in the peso.
Okay, we won't look at US dollar, Japanese yen. We already went through that, so
Was it bearish? Did you come to the conclusion it was bearish? It was going to drop?
Yes, it may do a pullback, but long term it's going to be bearish. Yes.
Yeah, I was thinking just till Monday morning and then like come back and look at it and see what it's doing, because maybe the pullback would be kind of have done its thing by then.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
It should. Yeah. It should. Depending on how the market opens, yes, it should, and also how London session reacts. We'll see based off of that. What did you say you want to look at? You want to look at peso and what else?
Peso and then GBP USD.
Okay, we'll look at GBP USD. Jacoby, what do you want to look at?
I don't necessarily have a pair that I want to look at right now. I'm not going to be on the call too much longer.
All right, yeah, because
it
is getting to that time. So
yeah, I'm going to have to
catch the watch the Super Bowl too.
Oh yeah.
Say that again.
Y'all are watching the Super Bowl?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're not watching it?
I might watch it, but I don't know.
Got you. I'm gonna have to go for the Chiefs because I don't like the 49ers.
Me too. I don't necessarily have a problem with the Niners. I just want the Chiefs to win.
Got you. All right, so now we are going to look at GBP USD. Let's go. Oh man, I haven't even touched this one yet, so man, this is gonna be a minute. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna zone this real quick, you guys, so y'all can see what zoning looks like.
Can we like start from like the weekly, like the bigger?
Oh yeah, this is the weekly.
Okay, cool. Let me move my thing so I can.
Let's see. When you're zoning, make sure you are taking your time because zoning is very important. As you'll see soon in a second. So right there, I'll make this green. Let's see, left to right. This is currently where price is at. So we're on this area here. Yeah, about right there. Make that purple. Y'all understanding how to zone, right? Looking at it and seeing why I put it in these levels.
Are you going to areas of like high resistance?
Well, areas that have been touched multiple times is showing market structure with the fractals. You see here is a fractal,
Yeah.
and fractal cluster here, and a fractal here.
So it like respects and informs a fractal.
Correct.
That's a good point. Okay.
That's a good point of where you want to look at to see market structure and also zones.
Would you also want to have at least 3 areas, or is it more?
3 to 4.
3 to 4. Okay.
And even right here, we are getting touches too, so that's a good area to look at. Here we go. Here we go, right there. Gonna make this red. Actually, no, gonna make this black. So for me, what I do when I do zones, I color code it for a reason. You could do however you want, but take notes. When you zone something, your current level should be, for me, it's purple. This is the current. If we get above this zone here, it's bullish. We break below this zone, it's bearish. And if it breaks any other zones down here, then it's going to hell or going to the heavens, or depending on what you have it set up as. Okay, so I got that zone marked up. I'm gonna make one more zone for us right in here. Yeah, this is pretty good. And you don't want them too thick either. You want them just right, just like a good size. All right, about right there. So I'm gonna change this one to red. And when you make your zones, make them only visible on your higher time frames. Oops, here we go. Since this is a weekly zone, this is gonna be very interesting how this plays out. I'm gonna show y'all what to do after that. Wow. All right, so this is what you want to do. You want to get your horizontal lines and put them right in here. Zone it to make the zones, noticeable on the lower time frames, and color code it so the color that it is on that zone for that zone. So here, since it's the green zone, when I go to the lower time frame, I'll be able to identify that zone quick. And you'll see when I'm done marking it all up, it does take a while to zone things. So this is why you want to keep your zones ready before you actually start your trading week. I wasn't expecting to look at this yet. So actually I was, but I didn't mark it up. All right, so there we go. All right, bet right there.
Whoa.
What happened?
It just opened and it just like dropped.
Really?
Yeah. I'm looking at it on the 4-hour.
It hasn't shown nothing on the chart yet, so that's interesting. Maybe it's lagging. I don't know yet. I'm gonna see.
think it was gonna retract a little bit though. So.
And be careful because it is Sunday.
I know, that's why I was like, maybe I should just wait.
Yeah, I'm saying wait a little bit. All right, so here, now that we got that all done, wow, what is this? I have it zoned up on the daily. No, let's move that. Oh no, there we go. I did it again. There we go. So now you see the zones here. Green zone, purple zone, red zone, black zone. So we have all our zones marked up off the weekly. So once we go back to let's see, let's put Ichimoku back on. Cool. So weekly, these are our zones. You do see we may pull back into this red zone and possibly back to this black zone. If you look at it, Kijinsen is flat right in here. And we are in our purple zone, and it's showing strong rejections in this zone already. All right, we have a gray stone here. We have a pin bar here. We have a spinning top here. So yeah, we're already showing signs of the market wanting to push down lower. And we have this candle that's showing us that price may want to push down as well. You are looking at this one, right? Off the daily. Which time frame you're looking at this one off of?
Well, it went down on I was looking at what was I looking at? Well, I'm just gonna go to the right one.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's down a little on the daily. But yeah, I'm on the daily now.
Gotcha. Let's see what we see. Any divergence? No divergence. Nope, none. Trend is trying to push its way down with oscillator. With the RCI. Wait a second. Let me go back real fast. Right in here, this area is acting as resistance. Why? Because we have our Kumo here. If we look back in the past, price tends to drop in this zone here. So I didn't zone the daily, but if we look at it, we are in the purple zone, like we said, off the weekly time frame. So we may want to start pushing down lower. And look here. What is this? Can y'all answer this? What zone is this right here? Where the circle's
like a
at?
TK cross zone?
Correct. Perfect. So we are in a TK cross zone. What'd you say?
Oh, okay. Never mind. I heard you now.
Gotcha. So we are in a TK cross zone. If we do get a cross, it's going to be, it's gotta be bullish if it crosses here, because our bearish cross was back in here.
It looks like it's trying to come out of the Kumo area, so hopefully it does that.
One thing that we'll be looking for is price action in this area, whether we want to continue up or continue to the downside. It'll be best to play this off the smaller time frame, probably the 4-hour. So let's see. Let's go 4-hour real quick. Now, if we're looking at the 4-hour time frame, we had our Kumo breakout right here.
Yeah.
We had all of our signs for a breakout. The thing is, we are still in this purple zone, so we can still move higher.
It can move to the top of the purple, right? Since it broke that resistance. I think that's what that green line is, right?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Chiku span is still good to move higher, even though it's angled down, still follows price. And you know what's funny? I think the market did gap.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that a gap?
Yeah, that's a gap.
That's a gap down.
Yeah.
Does that mean it's bearish?
That means it may want to close here. So you may want to wait for a few hours.
Okay.
But I'm getting bullish on this because it may want to close that. So we may, come down a little bit, then start making its way back up. With gaps, you never know if they want to close immediately or they want to close slowly.
Yours looks different than mine. Again, maybe I might have a different chart. So never mind.
What chart are you using?
I'm on my phone. Can you see that?
I could see it, but I can't see it really. Like I can't see what you're using. I'm
The
using
chart.
FX CM.
Let me see. Let me put it up on my my desk.
It looks like it's moving up already. Let's see. Well, if we look at the RCI, it is trying to, angle back over the, zero line. So trend is, it's bearish in a sense, but not completely until we get underneath here. So it's still kind of bearish in my opinion. But right here, it looks like that gap makes us want to go back to the upside. Is there divergence here? Let's see what the ultimate oscillator is saying. No, none. I see none. Let's go to the hour. Trend is still moving pretty strong. We make it a Tinkinson bounce here. It's still bullish on the RCI on the hour. We don't have a signal yet though, so the signal may come off the 15. So we may want to start looking on the 15-minute for entry. Pay attention to the 1 hour and the 15-minute time frame for this. No divergence. 15 minutes is saying. Let's see. Even here, it's bullish. So we may get a bounce at the zero, or it may come underneath the zero and pop back up, or move lower and then pop back up. So be watching the 15-minute and the hour time frame for entry. I'm leaning towards a bullish entry or bullish trade from here. And you see that the cloud is also acting as a support as well. The only thing that I'm a little worried about, hold on a second. Let's see. It's saying time has ran out for this call. Let's see, because when you do recordings, they are only 40 minutes long. So let's see. So it's gonna give me overtime right now. So I'll take it. So right here we are in a TK zone, but you see that price is above the cloud. So we may bounce at this level and move higher. So if we're gonna use this, wait till RCI bounces off the zero, and we'll see how that plays out. I'm confused why it's okay. There it is. I'm getting my time on now. So my time is 6 minutes for this candle to close, and it's showing us that it's a hammer, and a hammer is bullish. See that? So if it closes like this, this is your entry right here.
But I wanted to hold it for the week. So if I want to do that, should I enter and then just zone it and pay attention to the zones basically and what it's doing in between time?
Are you trying to sell it or buy it?
Buy it.
Okay, because if you're trying to buy it for the week, that'll be interesting. Hold on. Because from here, this will be your entry if this closes as is. That'll be good 90 pips right there. So let's look at the weekly again.
Okay.
I like that because even though this is flat, momentum is still to the upside. So I'm gonna be bullish for now on this, and possibly once it gets here, then it'll start getting bearish. But this will be your entry. Your target area will be up in here, possibly at this top zone here. And if we want to reach, see how it closes up in here. So let me go ahead and look at it more. Currently right here. Take us up to this level here. So this is the target right here. It's not bad for that target right there. This one did take a while to, to look at because I did zone it all the way. I'm going to look at peso. Let's see. Peso. Okay, I don't know why this is not marked up, so let me go ahead and do that. All right, so here we go. Let's see. Let's take a look at it. Showing that trend is, kind of moving now, which is not too bad. It's been bullish since September 14th. I mean, that's September 2014. So that's a long time to be bullish. Let's see. Any divergence? The oscillator is making higher lows. Price is making lower highs. So let's look back at it. Price making lower highs. Higher lows.
It's like
this
like
is
when I look at it,
this is hidden bearish divergence, so this is gonna be a continuation to the downside.
Okay.
Let's see. Another student just sent me a message, so I don't. Oh man.
A bad message?
He got into a trade. Let's see.
A good trade?
For him, no. He was trading crypto.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Let's see. The whole crypto market might be dropping right now because what the picture he just sent me was not pretty. Let me take a look right. Yeah, let me see real quick. No, it's still good here. So that's strange. I don't know why. Maybe he just okay. I don't know. But anyway, back to this. Yeah, even the peso off the daily, the RCI is saying it's very bearish here. Trend is bearish. So look for selling opportunities here. Man, I got so much clutter on this chart. It's ridiculous. Let me clean this up a little bit.
One. I hope
You see, I'm a maniac when it comes to the peso.
It's right at resistance, like on the date or on a point I marked at resistance on the daily. So.
That is very true because if you look at it here, let me go ahead and get rid of this ellipses, whatever. But if we look here, this trend line is going to act as resistance as well because it has not broken above this trend line here.
Yeah.
This whole area is acting as resistance. And we could zone this as well, which I will do.
Ranging? Like at the bottom of a cup.
Yeah, it's ranging hard here. You said you see a cup?
I don't know. Now I feel like I might.
I was looking at it. I'm like, what the hell she see? Because
I'm probably like because it keeps on the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, it continuously it's like traveling like this, but it's going lower, but it's cupping and it's hitting. I wish I could show you, but I can't show you.
I'm looking at it right now. I'm like.
Yours doesn't look like mine. Are you? This doesn't look. Oh no, my bad. I'm on the daily. My bad.
You on the daily?
Yeah.
On the daily. Daily don't even look like it.
I see the little swoops it keeps making.
Girl, hold on a second. Even with I'm gonna take Ichimoku off real quick.
He's about to blow her account. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I know what I'm doing.
Ooh, because I was like, oh, I don't see that. Like, wait a minute.
Keeps coming up and testing, and then let's see. I think I know it. Okay.
I'm gonna say negative on that.
Okay.
For now, because I don't see it. I'm like,
Okay.
Let me go ahead and change this back. Man, I'm gonna leave. Ooh, I'll turn this red. All right, so this is what I'm seeing so much rejection in this area already.
Okay.
I'm bearish on this already. If we are to move, it's gonna move between this red zone and this black zone. I'm betting on the black zone. Let's see the 4-hour time frame. We already see some pullback here in this area. Let's see. We have an inverted hammer too, so that's not a good sign for this. Let me go Ichimoku back on. We have like a double top type of figure here, so we may move back into these zones here. That's what I'm seeing. We're starting to get a bearish Kumo, even though price is trying to make its way up here. Let's see. We do have a. Let me zoom in closer. What is this? We do have a bullish TK cross, but let's see. Go ahead, take this off. This may be the last pair. It says I have less than 1 minute. So here we have the trend moving down. So right now it's not fully bearish yet, but it's bearish on the daily time frame overall. I'm just looking for an entry position.